Welcome to another thoughtfully stimulating episode for Every Last Record. My name is Marcus, and we will be covering part 2 of Drake's trilogy release, all right? This one is going to be Habibti, but without further ado, we're going to introduce everybody. So, to my left, we have...
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zeus.
What's up, y'all? I'm Harley, and yeah, these are my best friends.
What's good, everybody? I'm Flo.
I'm Flo's twin. What's up, y'all?
And it's Paris Haven. What's going on, y'all?
His name is Leo, guys.
All right, so we covered a lot in the last part with Iceman, right? We got into a lot of the context, right? And Habibti for me specifically is kind of like I don't want to say it's the album that Drake wanted to put out, right, without the beef, but it does bring callbacks to earlier Drake, right? But I'm more curious to know, again, it is a 3-album release, right? And we're covering this about 5 days, right? After 5 days? Yeah, 5 days after the album release, right? So what are your guys' thoughts on Habibti?
Okay, so I love R&B Drake. I think that's my favorite kind of genre of Drake, honestly, like especially in the last 10 years, like there's a lot of like deep cuts that are R&B focused that I've come to love a lot more than rap stuff. So when I obviously, aside from everything, it being 3 hours long, I wasn't very thrilled about that. But then when I heard that they were different genres, like they were separated by genre, and this was like an R&B album, I was intrigued about it. So yeah, I think my only problem with this one is
You starting off with problems? Sheesh.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, is it
Share your truth.
if it starts, then like I have to. So first off, like I really wish it was like more like classic R&B focused. I feel like this is like modern R&B, and if you know me, I'm very anti-modern R&B, especially when it's infused with trap sounds and stuff like that. So like I feel like you get a lot of that on this. I do love I will say I do love one of the songs I really enjoy is Classic. Like I think that's like
That's
the
solid.
type of tempo and like style of R&B that I love from Drake. Like even though I do think like now that I'm getting, because first impressions, like that was my favorite song, but now as I'm getting like kind of my like raw thoughts out of there and like really like reflecting, it is kind of a lazy song because literally the sample kind of like
It's half the song.
Yeah, it's half the song. It's
It is.
that's like me making a song and then I put a Public Enemy song on the second half, or like if I'm
mix.
making a punk rock song and then I put Sex Pistols samples at the end of it. Like that's not me making a good song. Like I don't think
Hold
that
on.
consists of that. You know what I mean?
Let me write that down. Maybe I'll do that.
It's a formula.
But I love Slap the City. I think Slap the City is like has the
a funny
Strong
name.
Sample, which that's awesome. WNBA is fire. High Fives I think is going to be the standout of the album. I think it's like it's catchy. It's your typical Drake chorus that like lives outside and it's gonna like be played a lot more. But my favorite song, I don't know if we're just like getting into. Are we getting into like?
Go ahead. You in
Stand
motion,
up.
bro. You in motion.
Then my favorite song on this, and this is the sound I really wish Drake would go back to, and somebody that I don't think we talked about in the Iceman is that where's 40? Where's 40? 40 has not been here. And you look at the
I
credits
think-
so far. I think he's just on Little Bird or something like that.
I don't think he's.
No, so I don't think they released the credit. They haven't released the credits, but I have heard in other reviews of the album that 40 is on a lot of this.
If he is, the only song that sounds like he's there is Prioritizing, which that's my style of Drake right there. Like that is my favorite Drake. That sounds like You're So Far Gone, like that very atmospheric, like nocturnal music that he makes. I love that song a lot. I think the matcha line is funny. Some of the lines on there reminds me of Liability off of Honestly Nevermind. But that's my favorite song on that whole project is Prioritizing. I want more of like that airy, like 80s inspired like R&B, that nighttime R&B that Drake is like basically known for. So that's the song that really stuck out to me. Obviously, I do like classic, despite the fact of it being a sample, like friendly or whatever. Because I like the first half, and we talked about this in Iceman. The first half sounds like a great Dre song. Like I think that could have been it. And then at the very end, he could have mixed it because it sounds like something that could have been on Take Care. That sounds like something that could have been on Take Care, where he uses it the same way he did with Cameras, like the John B sample, but he could have got a little more creative with it instead of just like gluing it to the song. But I still enjoy it regardless, and I love WNBA and Slap the City a lot, but it's alright. Like I just expect more from R&B Drake in general, and I feel like he hasn't been able to deliver like a quality R&B project. I think that's his one thing he's missing, is delivering a great quality R&B album, and that's why it's disappointing to me personally.
So I do want to just add, right, like just to kind of ground us, right, because a lot of this, like I think Drake already experiences a lot of criticism, and I know with an artist like him that's multifaceted, like it's very interesting to rate him on what his intentions are as an artist making music, right? Just because he is very, like, I think at this point in his career he's very vibes based, right? So I think when we like kind of started this, it was based off of what artist intent, use of musical elements, right, execution of theme, things like that, right, to kind of keep us grounded. And it gets really interesting when you start to like kind of pick apart some of those things with Drake, because he may not have like the greatest, like he may not have like intentions as far as a concept, but he wants to make you feel something, right? I think for me personally with this album, like you get shades of Views, and for me, like the Drake that I like, which is the moody music, right? So for me, like I mentioned in the last part, where Make 'Em Pay was the song. I think for this album is Gen 5.
Okay.
Gen 5 is, and the funny thing about it is I love the song when I first saw it, because that was the song where he had the triple face and he was just like vibing. Yo, that's oh my God. And that's one of the few songs that I've heard like that he's come out with that has almost made me like kind of like shed a tear. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's fair.
Calling to my man, I can die in your arms. That's right there is that song.
To like the OG.
Yes.
Yeah.
Singing like R&B Drake. Which is,
Okay, that's yeah.
That song is incredible. Classic is like it, because you like it. I'm going back to listen to it. There's a couple of other songs, but I'll come back to it. Somebody else is gonna mention another song, but as far as like first impressions go, like this was the album that like I felt attached to the most, right? And again, like Gen 5 is on repeat. There's at least one song on each of those projects that I like have on repeat. So for Iceman, it was Make 'Em Pay. For this one, it's Gen 5. And there's some other couple of ones that I'm sure that you guys are going to mention, and I'll chime in a little bit more, but I'll pass it along.
The one thing I will say is I feel like out of all the albums, I feel like this one is going to grow on me. Like
Yes,
I
yes.
do enjoy this style of Drake music. Right now with the environment, maybe it's a little too hot, summer and all that, and maybe it's not hitting for me, but I really predict, and this is a bold prediction, that come fall, this is going to be one of my favorite like projects to come back to. So I will say, I'm not going to sit here and say it's like trash or whatever. Right now, it hasn't connected with me, but I do think that down the line later in this year will be one of my favorite projects.
you know, it's funny. Piggybacking off of what you said, like the environment and the weather. I was playing this at the park the other day. Oh, Marcus, when you came through and hung out with me and Nora, we were listening to this before, and like having that in that like outdoor space, and like, you know, it was a nice day, it was windy, like it was like perfect weather day. This is an album for that, and I really appreciated that. My first impression was like I heard this directly after I heard Iceman, and it kind of felt like a palate cleanser, honestly.
Oh yes, absolutely. Thank the yes. Yes.
It wasn't. I don't.
Atlanta Drake.
I didn't have expectations for it to begin with, because I didn't know this was gonna drop.
Yeah, accurate.
It was kind of nice to go into it with that clarity versus like Iceman. Like, you know, there was expectations. There was this whole like, you know, rollout to it. So this was like, it felt more palatable, like easier to digest, you know, more like on the emotional side of Drake, which he can get in that bag, and I appreciate that. Like that's kind of like some of the
That's where he thrives.
like sounds, yeah. And that's more like, I feel like that's more authentically him.
Yes, it is.
Like, you know,
Is-
Be a light skinned dude, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with being a light skinned dude. Just be light skinned. Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of amazing light skinned people out there. Don't let the internet get to you. Like, thank you to all my light skinned brothers that's on this couch.
and one thing I will shout out Drake for is the quote unquote like Drake pipeline, like pipeline. Condressa, like she's a feature on Slap the City. Like I went to listen to some of the
Yes.
songs after, and
See,
I really like her
yes,
sound. And he
yes.
does that. Like he does put a lot of people on. Like
Yeah.
first time hearing Giveon was on a Drake song.
Real.
Like hearing a lot of people that eventually become huge is like he has that platform. And I wish he would just use it a little bit more, or like, you know, use it. Hopefully, it's with the intention of like, I'm gonna give you this platform and I'll put you on, or not just like to try to like ride the wave.
Yeah.
So I can see him going either way. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's kind of how I felt of it.
That
initially.
you talk about putting people on that classic sample. I've never heard that group. It's called Just Cause. Like I went back. You can't get.
Oh,
that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
sample.
Nah, he used it. He used it nice.
It's not on streams or anything like that. I had to go on like Daily Motion to find that shit.
Wow.
So like I heard that song.
Somebody went in the crates.
Yeah, somebody digged in the crates for him. And like that, now I have just have that on repeat. I'm gonna try to download it so it's on like my Apple and stuff. But I love that song. I want to hear the rest of that album. Like it's like that, like Quiet Storm, like neo soul, like late '90s, early 2000s vibe. Like
Text me when it hits.
And that's
Please
where-
text me when it hits.
That's Drake. Bro. I'm telling you, that's Drake's like.
I feel like that's
passion.
more.
Come
yeah,
on, shebang.
I agree.
Nah, for real. And it's actually crazy because my first experience with this album, I was trying to listen to. Obviously, I was waiting for Iceman and all of that. For some reason, on Apple Music, Iceman wasn't popping up, and I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" But I saw Habibti and I saw Maid of Honor, so we just clicked this one first, and I hear Rusty intro, right? And
Talk about it.
You hear the acoustic guitar, and I'm like, yo, what is this man about to do right now? I'm not gonna lie, I was cheesing heavy because I was like, yo, we about to get something different.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something crazy. And then we hear WNBA, which is a song I like. I listen to WNBA, I like it. Slap the City's cool. But then we get into the R&B stuff more, and for me personally, it's more of the same. It's the
You feel like you got clickbaited a little bit?
yeah, it's the like it's all like I feel like they all kind of like sounded the same, and I was like,
Yeah.
damn, like I wish he would go more instead of like I can see it in your eyes,
Like range, like have more range. Yeah.
yeah, like play with the song a little bit, you know. It's just like
He gives you that when you least expect it. It's just I agree. It's never enough. It's never enough.
It always comes close to like real greatness, and then
it's like a flash.
I said in the chat, I feel like it's like small pockets of greatness that you get on any Drake album. And I agree with you because I feel like he leaned too much on the contemporary R&B that's kind of just not really soulful. Or like, you know, it's very like rap influence. You get the same rattling hi-hats.
Exactly.
And it's like, I'm tired of that drum pattern. Like, there's so many different drums and like instruments you could use. So that I feel you, bro.
So I
feel
wanted
you.
him to switch it up just a little bit. And mind you, some of the songs are cool and everything. And this is the album that I've actually listened to the least. I will say that. So I got to give it some grace. I got to listen to it a little bit more.
Hit me up when it hits. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know that's your favorite one.
Hit me up when it hits.
But yeah, like so off first impressions, like I wasn't blown away by it or anything. I was just like, this it's okay. You know, he had to join with PND. I was like,
Fort Worth, yeah.
yeah. I was like, this is just another like some sexy songs like Throwaway or something like that. And then he had this song with Sexy Red, and I was like,
That's a throwaway. That's a throwaway.
sorry, but
it
Sexy
might
Red
grow on me.
be on
It might
every-
grow on me. I love Sexy Red, but it might grow on me. Who knows?
Sexy
bro,
Red.
yeah, he loves some more
A
than
little
anyone.
too much.
I think, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but like, maybe she knows a secret about him that nobody else knows.
Nah, not the conspiracy theories.
Like,
Maybe she's just a cool. Maybe she's just a cool person off cameras,
Bro, can
bro.
think it works. I think it works when it works. Like I just think this time around it didn't work because like, she's great for energy. So for her to be on a song like that, it was like almost like kind of minimizing her powers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like you're not gonna get much out of like a R&B
R&B red.
R&B red. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna get much from that.
Bro,
I also, it's my fault. I also have one last question. Where's Magic Jordan?
Yo,
Where's
gonna-
Where's Division?
I was gonna-
they're locked in a cave.
Where's Division?
Yo.
Division's on tour.
Yeah, I had a point about that because like one thing I was even going to say in the last discussion was that like, and obviously it's because of all the things and everybody, but like, Drake albums used to have like like Lil Wayne and like Rihanna and like like Magic Jordan and like Andre 3000 and like but it's like in the weekend and stuff, and it's like now you only get like Sexy Red and like 21 Savage and Party Next Door. And that's all you're ever gonna get off of a Drake album.
Yo, yeah, go ahead.
Because he hates everybody that he came up with.
There's nobody left.
He's beefing with everybody.
Yeah, but it's like, damn, bro. It's like I want
It's
to
like the
Sign
Will.
the crates to go find somebody. Like, what the
He
hell?
could work with. I just think that
are.
the same three people, bro.
I believe that and I think somebody said this, but like he could even veer off to different genres. Like he could really collab with BTS if he really wanted to. He has the pull. Like he can collab with anybody he wants to. Like let's not sit here and say that they're in, like sure like he's beefing with all these other guys, but to be honest with you, your point, he's not beefing with Andre 3000. He could go to Olivia Dean on some songs.
He could go to UK, bro. He could literally go to UK and kill.
Dean, it would have
Olivia
worked.
Dean would
You know what I
Go
mean?
to UK when you want to see the club.
He could work with
Go
Harry
to
Styles or
UK
something
outside
like.
of Central C.
Yeah, please. It's just Central C. It's just 21 Savage. It's just Sexy Red. It's just Party Next Door.
These are government
Like
mandates.
Party Next Door and Drake just don't got it no more, bro. I'm sorry. Like Bomb Drop. Like they don't got it no more, bro. Like in 2015, like when they was like in they like Come and See Me bag and everything like that, which I would have loved to hear that for a full R&B project, like that kind of like collab bag. But like now it's just like P&D is just like he's just filling space. He's like it's like you could have got anybody to do what P&D did. You could have got Ty Dolla $ign to do it better.
His last album was great. I just want to let you know that.
Party
You
Next Door?
you alone on that one. Yeah, you alone on that one. His last album was amazing. Yeah, what happened? Yeah, Party Next P4 was amazing. P4
No, but
was
no, I'm
great.
talking about Drake and Party Next Door. Like, so
Like as a collab.
Yeah.
I
when's
still,
the last like great Party Next Door and Drake song that that you've heard, bro?
Somebody loves you. We said this before.
No,
He's
no,
there.
I don't
Like
agree.
he's like
I don't agree with all
it's
that.
there. No, it's there. And
Like
again,
compared to like what they used to do with like Over Here and like
And
like
again-
Come and See Me and like Recognize and stuff is like none of that.
And again, you also have to consider yourself as a listener and how you mature, right? There's some people that like Drake and Party still hit for them, like as fans, as core fans. So like if your music taste changes and matures, right? You can't really. It's okay to criticize it.
I believe you love these songs because they're like high energy, high frequency. I think they kind of just switched their sound to like be a lot more
Come and See Me is a high energy. It's like the most sensual song they got. It's more so like
I would say it's kind of low frequency a little bit. In terms of production,
yeah,
like,
Come and See Me is not. Yeah, Come and See Me is not like a high frequency like popping song. It's like their slowest song. But like my thing is that like he's
to like
yeah.
modern R&B basically.
If I'm gonna like not gonna hold you like and then again, this is the album. I forgot who just said it. Like I haven't visited this as much as the other two myself. But like I don't really consider this like an R&B album. Like WNBA, he's like rapping. He's rapping on a lot of the songs. He's not even like he's like
It's like R&B adjacent.
he'll draw a note out sometimes, but he's not like singing. Like we've heard Drake sing. Like Drake he's not like freaking like Stevie Wonder or something like that. But like Drake can like sing.
It's like emo pop.
Yeah, It's like I'm gonna do a little like
There are elements of it. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, like to what Adam's been saying here is that R&B has been so.
Who's Adam?
Sorry. What Flo has been saying has been like R&B's changed so much that like there's a lot of rapping that goes on in R&B nowadays.
Yeah, but it's not R&B. It's pop.
Yes, but I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of that stuff is labeled R&B. Sadly.
Oh yeah, you call anything, but it's like
Like
they call Post Malone rap. You know what I'm saying? It's like
like it's now these genres are like they've blurred a little bit, like you know what I mean, and it's unfortunate because like for a music purist, you're like, nah, this isn't really true.
yeah, I don't think just making a song slow makes it an R&B song. Like you gotta sing on it. Like Drake again can sing, and like that's why I don't really consider this like an R&B. I guess some songs where he's doing it. But like like WNBA Slap the City, like a bunch of the songs, he really is just like rapping. That's not to say that takes away from the vibe it's going for. I think it executes its like vibe pretty well. Again, I feel everything Adam said pretty much is how I felt. Like I felt like I heard the first song and I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but like he's doing something different.
On Apple Music, it is considered on Apple Music.
Flow, my bad.
Yeah, on Apple Music,
Man,
it's considered R&B and soul, and it's not R&B.
It's
and
not
soul.
R&B and soul. There ain't no soul in that.
I
bro.
will say this, right? Like,
point.
I mean, we could probably like at this point in music probably tear down some of the genres because like there's so much contemporary music that blends a lot.
He's not wrong.
Thank you. There's a lot that blends a lot.
But he's not wrong. But that's a big problem with music.
Yeah.
And that's why like we're not getting the same R&B that we love, that we grew up on. It there's a lack of soul. There's a lack of like yearning. There's a lack of like almost like emotion. Like
And the
nowadays,
biggest factor is that it all sounds the same.
and nobody
Yeah.
can sing either.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people can't sing. But I mean, I will say he does portray belonging like on this like a lot.
Yes.
Like you know, I could tell like he had an idea.
It's for the Habibti.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you 100% like with my because again I align with Adam a lot like in terms of stuff sounding the same. Like this album really did not hold my attention like that. And it's because like I feel like he had like a flow. I'm like because like the album, I could tell had like a concept about like it seemed like I think it's all about one girl, right, or something like that, or like one love story. But like I feel like he didn't have. I feel like he made this in like a month. It doesn't sound like he like sat down and fleshed out these songs. That's a good concept. Like Drake doing a concept about a woman sounds fantastic. I would tune in for that. Especially if it's like one continuous. Yeah, me. I found out today. Like if it.
I
like
found that out right now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, bro. Like
Concept.
like you wouldn't think that hearing the album, you just think that like, oh, this sounds like AI generated Drake music. But when you know, I was starting to pick up on some things. I looked online. It was like, oh yeah, it's about this girl, and like you know, he's like talking about how he can't find love anymore. She can't find love anymore, and it's like, well, we might as well be with each other. And that's a real feeling. You could turn that into a great. Honestly, Drake from 2009 would have turned into something crazy. He would have turned that into like a classic, bro. Like,
What's the source on that? Because I'm reading like the little thing, and it says like other names I call my dear city. So it might be like a metaphor for his relationship with Toronto, which would be tough. Like it could be both. Which as an artist, like that's amazing.
Like the 15th time we did, I used to love her.
Yeah,
Some common.
I think that's tough.
I mean, yeah, but my whole point is that like I feel like he could have just fleshed this out a little bit better, like because like you know the cover art and everything that like I was like going into this, I thought was gonna be one thing.
The cover art is amazing.
The cover art is amazing, and then it's like you hear it and it's kind of just like you know some standard slower Drake songs. And granted, Slap the City is great, classic is dope, but it's like I'm not gonna like really return to this. Most
It
likely.
came out 5 days ago, bro.
Yeah, but like,
You gotta give it.
It came out 5
Nah,
days
but
ago.
I heard it like multiple times in like different spaces, and it just didn't do it. It didn't do it for me personally. But it's like again, like I see what y'all were saying, the flashes of greatness, where like he could have fleshed this out a little bit better. If this was a full album instead of being a 3-album drop, and he like sat on this for like 6-7 months and like really honed in on this and everything like that, and like sang his heart out like he can do sometimes. Like this could have been actually like an up there album. This doesn't feel like fully as realized as it could have been.
Honestly, that could have been a unique and like original perspective, is like talking about how hard it is to find a real connection when you're literally on top of the world. And
Yeah, you're like almost a billionaire. You're 40 years old. Like you're a bachelor.
You know, like that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Instead of, like,
You guys should have been A&Rs.
Yo, but you know what I think it is too, and this ties into the whole trilogy. Actually, I feel like Drake is so. Mind you, I don't know this man from no one, but from a fan since he came out in like what 08, 09, whatever. Drake don't know who he is. Drake meets all these different people.
problem,
He gets
bro.
caught. He
You're
gets
40
caught
years
up
old.
in these different groups. He gets caught up with his UK group, his Canada group, his island group, his this group and that group, and now he's put on these different personas that he has to uphold, and that's the music that he caters to. That's the people that he caters to. He talks about the gang banging and this and that. But a couple albums ago, he's like, "Oh, he says something like things I could write in my captions that I don't even do, but the homies did, or something like that. I don't know, something along those lines. But it's like you've it's almost like he's gone too deep, pause, on his own persona, because like now you got this character that you've created that you got to uphold, and you can't even make the real and genuine music that you want because you got to cater to these other groups that you a part
That's
of.
a good point.
You feel me?
I feel that way about.
I gotta contend with that because I feel like you, Flo, with that point, and Marcus in the previous discussion, you guys assign a lot of like helplessness to this man who is literally one of the most successful artists of all time.
Nah, I don't
Great
think
point.
it's
like-
That's a great point.
It's
Go
like
ahead, go
it's like, oh, bro, this guy's around too many groups. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this guy is not held down by anything or anybody. You know what I mean? Like, if he is, I don't think he's battling demons within itself that he has to appease different groups of people or his fans or online cyberbullies or anything like that. I feel like that's just like that's irrelevant to the point because he is successful. He could have dropped whatever and it still would have done numbies. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't assign that like
nah, bro. But I
all
think
these
you
personalities.
have a different perspective of it because, like, to you that might sound crazy, but to him, he really might be in his own head because what Paris was talking about earlier is true, bro. Like, what he does, he's gonna be looking for the comments and looking for the clicks, and yeah, he's on top of the world from our view, but from his view, he's looking at everyone else like, yo, what are they saying about me?
And not to
The
make this a
thing
therapy
is,
session.
if that was
yeah, I'm
valid,
making it a therapy
No,
session.
but not to make this.
But I feel like it's valid.
Wait, hold on. Not to make this therapy. Like to Adam, to Flo's point, this man has been battling like criticism even when he was making good music. Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause he's always had to kind of like prove himself to veterans at the time. And one thing I really want to talk about is his relationship with Ye. I mean, I think that was a big part of it where he showed nothing but love to this guy, and Ye was always felt like Ye always felt like basically Ye was always jealous of him, and it's things like that. Like he has battled a lot of this to the point where if you go through that as a child and like you continue to get nothing but that, eventually you're gonna become this person like you're like, what am I doing wrong? And then you're trying to shed this soft boy image, and you want to make hard raps, and that's why Nothing Was the Same. He does Worst Behavior, and then it morphed into eventually what it became. Like he's hanging out with Drake, with Game. He's going to Compton, and he has like connections there, and like all this other gang stuff he's involved with. Eventually, yeah, you do lose yourself because you're aligning with people to kind of like validate you, because now you need like a cosign. You need these cosigns. You need cosigns from everywhere now to make sure that you're going to be accepted universally. Because if it's like a numbers thing, if everybody appreciates me, then like, what are you saying? You sound like a hater. So it's almost like him running for president, right? Like you get all these cosigns, and that's what validates you. So that's what he's trying to say, and I agree with that because I think that's Drake's biggest downfall is that he cares too much about people outside of that.
If he really wanted validation, then he wouldn't have beef with all these people.
But
because
he would be.
Yeah, honestly, that's a fair.
And also, if you're a 40-year-old father and you're still seeking validation after having all this success, to quote Drake, KYS ASAP. Okay, like.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That's a that's a really like fair like point. Honestly, I heard all y'all. I think all y'all are right in like different on like different degrees, but I definitely like see where Leo's coming from on both points. Where like for one, like you can't really be like poor Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like poor woe is me Drake. Like he portrays himself as like poor me, everybody hates me, but also about how unbothered he is. And you can't have both. You can't be like pity me, everybody's hating on me, like throw me a bone, but also I'm so above these people, I'm unbothered, because you're not unbothered. But like it's like he tries to tope a line between both, and it's like that's impossible.
Yeah.
How are you an unbothered king and you're so bothered?
I just want to
you're making an album about how bothered you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just want to make it clear that I was just kind of speaking from his perspective.
Oh, no, not for sure.
I'm probably more so lean toward Leo's opinion. Leo's opinion. I just see the side of like, all right,
You're being empathetic. You're being empathetic.
Yeah,
Which I mean, he's human. He deserves that, right?
And even from my perspective, like, no offense to him. I mean, not like he's ever going to see this. If he does, what up, Drizzy?
Holla at your boy.
It's not that I feel sympathy for him. The point that I'm getting at is that his music isn't authentic anymore because he's not authentic in who he is. That's the point that I'm making.
The exact statement that you made is exactly why I like Habibti. Like that's it's said it in the caption, right? This is a like other names that I call my dear city. I think Drake is his most authentic when he is doing Toronto things.
That's real.
Right? Toronto has its own music scene, right? Like, and I'm happy that you decided to go back home in the midst of the beef, to go back to where everything started. Right. Like, I wanted more of that. If I got 3 albums of that, I'll be happy. Like, if I'm being real with you, if you never addressed the beef and if I had 3 Toronto albums where you went back to your city and you did everything, like, I would be happy with that.
And I also want to make a point of what Flo was saying earlier, because I think that I almost wanted to ask you like a kind of like a question. I think you might have awakened. I thought I had, but like, do you feel like he's kind of like aged in reverse almost? Like he was more mature when he was like first came out, and now he's like less mature? Because I feel like that's kind of like what you were saying, and I'm like, damn, that might actually be the case. Like you might have been more like introspective, and even like his R&B songs, he was like singing about love in ways that like I felt that, like, bro, call me a freaking teenager and shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, bro, like doing it wrong, that shit like really made me feel like, bro, like a girl break your heart when you like 15, bro, and you hear doing it wrong,
bro. Talk about that shit.
Or Marvin's Room or something like that.
Bro, he was, but that's the thing.
People made fun of it, but you felt
real.
that.
Yeah, like he was talking about his real feeling. Like I feel like he was being more transparent back then as opposed to now. Like, mind you, again, I haven't heard as much of the album as you have.
Yeah.
But from what I heard so far, it still feels surface level. Yeah. As opposed to like,
listen to G5. Crawl into my bed, I can die in your arms.
Yeah, I love that line. But I think that's what happens from being on top of the world, which I will never experience, right? Or none of us will, right? Like,
you never know.
I'm gonna hit the lotto next week.
There's nothing that's new to him anymore. Right. So like, when he was so far gone, he had something to prove. He was this person, and this is what I'm going to market myself as, and like this is what I'm going to put out there. And if people like it, people like it. Now you can just do anything and nothing, because I feel like
you don't yearn no more because you've had it all.
Yeah.
That's it right there. It's gone.
I have to assess, like, because I haven't really thought about this, because I think we think about like music artists as like these people on pedestals sometimes, and like I don't know. I'm battling with the fact if I would consider like everything that he's experienced with Kendrick, like, and even being a father, right, had like along those lines and those experiences, has he experienced like a traumatic event that like has reversed his?
It's definitely traumatizing to go through like what he went through, like jokes aside, like to have the whole
that's what I'm saying,
make fun of you, and like call you these terrible things, and it's like you're just a walking laughing stock. Like
your kid got outed.
Yeah, that would ruin my entire like social anxiety like life. You know what I'm saying? Like if that happened to me so publicly. Like think about like you beefing with a friend.
That's like, probably where the regression is coming from. Like, and he's still processing that. Like,
yeah, it was a little bit before that. The Paris was playing for all the dogs. It was a lot of those themes where it was just like, I'm gonna make fun of Rihanna. I'm gonna come at Serena Williams. I'm gonna come at this person because I like.
Well, that's still after Pusha T. No, but I'll say like Pusha T started then.
You feel like that's like the genesis of it?
Even before that,
that's where it kind of exploded.
To what you guys said, like you talk about Take Care R&B and like all that, like all that kind of died out, and I think it's really just because it wasn't as popular musically anymore. Like I think that he just wanted to fall in line and make hits. I don't think the quality of like making a quality album or like something that's going to stand the test of time was really his priority after Views. I think Views and the numbers it brought kind of just like made him copy and paste the same formula where I'm going to put every genre on one album. It's not going to have any type of significant branding or like flow to it. So I think he lost that a long time ago for the numbers. I think the numbers is the reason why he is not performing at the rate that we're talking about here. I think because now more than ever, people only want to hear one type of song. If anything else veers from that, it's considered weird. It's considered weird. It's considered scaring the hoes. It's considered just like mid or whatever the hell.
But even his hardcore fan base, like if you like talk about anything right there and criticize him, it's just any kind of criticism, or any other artist comes at Drake, it's like, oh, what about your streams? Oh, bro, you only get like 45 million streams. Drake has 2 times that amount of streams. Oh, your first day streams and it's like, bro, like you're not even a business executive. You're not even getting royalties off of this, bro. It's like I don't care who gets what streams, bro. It's about, is the music good or not?
Exactly.
And that kind of like takes away from it. It becomes more of a corporate thing. Yeah. I'm gonna make music to make the most streams as possible. It's not to like invoke any feeling or invoke any emotion, make you feel something or be in my world. It's to get as much numbers as possible. And not only am I gonna do that, I'm gonna make you care about my bottom line. And that's mad capitalist.
When you were talking about like he kind of fell in line, he doesn't really do anything experimental. It's funny because like Rusty intro on Habibti and then the outro track of Maid of Honor, Princess, are like some of the the most like stepping outside of his zone.
Yeah.
but,
Sir.
like, being
Both are
himself.
great.
I always forget. I always say that like lately he only dips his toes into these things. He doesn't ever feel confident enough to like fully like get into like another sound. I feel like he just like tiptoes in there. And I'm maybe it's good that he's trying again, but like for 5 years he didn't do that. Like 5 years, like you would get like maybe one song and maybe one little snippet. But he wouldn't like really dive into something new. So maybe this is a new era for that. Maybe, and honestly, never mind.
Going independent.
That's what I was just gonna
Honestly,
say.
never mind. That's the one I want to talk about.
That's
too.
the
So-
last time he did it.
Yes, and
we might be the only people here who like it.
we
but-
are. We
I
probably are. Like,
I like the project. I like
let me
it.
talk- I think honestly, never mind. Like and like to scratch what I said. Honestly, never mind was that. But you saw what happened. Like
Yeah, everyone
you saw what
everyone
happened.
was hating on it.
So
yeah.
then why would I do that again?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I do think that, and we're going to talk about it, that Maid of Honor is kind of like the spiritual successor of Honestly Nevermind. But I love that. The R&B and Honestly Nevermind is some of the best R&B Drake has done in years.
Yeah.
And that's what I was expecting here at the very least. And we got maybe a little bit of like glimpses of it, but I really wish he went all in. And like to what we said earlier, where's Magic Jordan? Where's Naomi Sharon? Where is I think Division's not signed to them anymore, actually. But
Yeah, he's not.
like, where's more of OVO? Like, I really wish he would look inward to his
Yeah.
label instead of looking outward. Because I think that his label, if Jordan Altman produced a Drake album, that is automatically going to be a classic. If Jordan Altman produced a Drake album, like, they do not miss. There's no Magic Jordan and Drake collaboration that is bad
Yeah. Yeah.
at all. You can't tell me there's
Yeah.
one collaboration between these two that's bad. So I'm like, you could make one. You have the team in house. Just work with them. And that's why these albums are just disappointing to me, because he already has people that make this type of music and they make it really good.
We've made the same critique about J. Cole, which is actually like really hilarious. When you start to isolate yourself as an artist, like these are the things that happen. But we're already in a transition where we can kind of go to Maid of Honor. So like, if there's nothing else that you guys,
But what about we probably talk about ratings.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What if so in the transition to Maid of Honor, like if there's nothing else that we want to say about Habibti, right? We could just run the ratings, right? So again, like for me, like this is my highest rating of the three. I got this at like an 8. I'm gonna be real with you. Like it hit me though. Like it hit me when I heard it. Give it some time. I already like saw somebody else. Like I think if y'all know Lachelle had this like, yo, like he should have released Habibti first. Like 100%. I agree. Like this for me is 8 out of 10. This is like
I would say for me it's like a 5.5. And the only reason I say that is, first of all, the score is going to go up
yeah.
as time passes. But the only reason I
or
say
not.
that is because of listening fatigue. Because the way you guys told me to listen, I didn't watch a stream.
Yeah.
I listened to the albums afterwards. You guys told me, hey, Iceman, Habibti, and then Maid of Honor. So Habibti is just caught in between in this listening fatigue for me.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like I got everything I wanted out of it. You know what I mean? Because I was like trying to like grind these albums back to back to back.
That's a good
like
point.
5 days in a row.
Yeah,
So
it's
like
tough.
It's
It's tough.
exhausting. It was a lot.
that's why
It was a lot.
I posed the question before. Like, hey, if he drops these albums monthly, right? The first of the next 3 months, 1st of May, 1st of June, 1st of July, I think these would be received a lot better than they are right
I
now.
agree.
Yeah, they could breathe.
I agree with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely agree. It's a 7.5 for me. I like the older like R&B Drake, and honestly, that experience listening to it at the park was pretty good for me. So that automatically is gonna heighten it a little bit. But yeah, Leo, I agree. Like, it's for listening 5 days to listen to 48 songs and like actually like listening to them enough to have something to say.
Like with intent.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
To have an actual opinion.
It's hard, man.
tough.
Like I was playing these songs, like I was taking any excuse I could to like play them. Like sometimes at work, like we have music playing. I was playing the aux. I was playing the Drake things. I brought my little speaker to the shower with me. I'm playing it in the shower.
That's
like
real. That's real.
all these things, like it, and you get to like hear it, but I feel like it's still too early for. I still feel like I need to sit with it a little bit longer. But right now it's around a 7.5, I would say.
Sometimes you got to be around people. Sometimes you got to. Sometimes the vibe has to be right. Sometimes you have to be in the right mood for some of this stuff. Like so to force feed yourself like music, a lot of music within a 5-day period is a lot. But yeah, keep it going.
I'll go next. Again, this is the album that I listen to the least. I just haven't got around to listening to it as much as the other ones. But on first listen, I'll probably give it a 5. There were some songs that I did like WNBA, and again, the Rusty intro did have me hype. Like I thought he was just gonna try something new. Then it was just a bit more the same. But there's some songs on there I like. I like classic as well. I think somebody said that. I'm gonna go back, take Marcus's critique, and listen to Gen 5 again. But yeah, or first listen, it wasn't terrible, but it to me it didn't really stand out.
It starts out slow, and you got to get to the end. Like it starts out slow.
But yeah, so I give it a 5 for now.
Don't look at me mad as you.
No, I'm just trying. No, I was looking around thinking like as I said, like I'm very aligned with like what like Flo was just saying, bro. Like this is the one I've heard like the least. And today I literally played it like 3 times, like just at work and stuff, like to like lock in everything. And I heard it like yesterday. And like, I'm not gonna lie, this is like probably the Drake album stuck with me the least on like the listens I've had. And it's only been like 5 days, granted. But I did walk away with like 2 songs, which was Slap the City and Classic. And I thought the song about like him walking to Circle K because he ran out of soda and his AC broke was like kind of alright.
Oh yeah,
wasn't that bad? What song was that?
You're not walking to no Circle K. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, he was like sad about running out of soda. Like that one, that was not too bad. But like, I'm feeling kind of like close to like a 4 on this one.
Damn.
But yeah, it could vary possibly. But like, yeah, this is probably something I'm probably never gonna spin again like that.
That's your truth. Yeah, as it stands right now, I'm gonna give it a 5. Again, I think there's a lot of growth that could have been done on this album. A lot more attention to detail. I still do like the songs that I like, but like what could have been, it will always be in the back of my mind. But again, like I said before, there's definitely room for me liking it and appreciating it when the seasons get colder and the days get shorter. And I think that's ultimately when you should appreciate an album like this. But as it stands right now, 5 out of 10.
All right. So I already did the math. So it's a 5.8. So we had Iceman at a 6.1. And then we got Habibti at a 5.8.
Rounded up, it's still a 6. And now we're gonna get into Maid of Honor. They like to say that like Drake's 3 albums all had different genres. Iceman was more rap focused. Habibti was more like slow R&B pop focused, and Maid of Honor, surprisingly, the dance album. So I want to get into everybody's like first thoughts going into the album, and also like side question: what did y'all think when y'all saw the cover? Like, what do you think he was gonna get, and then what are your first impressions?
I thought it was gonna be some more like nostalgic, kind of like not a dance album to be honest with you. Like he got his parents on the cover and then himself like as a kid. So I don't know if
then you hear Cheetah Print.
But the first song is Whole Face.
Whole Phase, okay.
Yeah. Like, yo, he disrespecting his mom OD, bro. Like, why would you do that?
Nah, but in all honesty, this was my favorite of the 3. I feel like this is the only one that kind of like really moves the needle in terms of like sounding different. Like everything else, like Iceman and Habibti, like I like them both for different reasons, but this one stood out the most to me because like I enjoyed it like from the rip. Like it was just entertaining and it was funny and like I liked the features on it and I liked the sounds and it sounded like he's actually making something that's refreshing versus like just like recycling the same kind of thing over and over again. So that's kind of how I felt.
I agree with Harley. This was actually one of my favorite listen out of the 3, out of the other 2. Again, I like it when Drake just like is like being unserious. It's like intentionally unserious. I like the just like carefree, like hype energy on here.
Would you say you like Drake with the melodies? You don't like Drake when the acts tough?
That's 100%. That's 100%. Like that's my type of Drake, and I said that on the Habibti episode. Like I like Drake when he makes R&B and like dance inspired albums. And me personally, this is like a spiritual successor to Honestly Nevermind, one of my favorite Drake albums personally. And when I heard Whole Phase, like to answer your question about the cover art, It's funny because I really thought we were gonna get like an Illmatic type of album because like anytime you see like that like effect and then you see like a baby photo, like you think you can get a conscious rap album, but it was completely like not that. Once I saw the track list, I was like, oh, here we go, what this is gonna be. So whole phase with the Fergalicious like sample is like crack. Like that's one of my favorite Drake intros of the modern like decade of this decade. I just like how energetic it was and like fun. Road Trips is fire to me. Some of my favorite songs from Drake's catalog is probably going to be on this album. I'm such a fan of this album. I think this is the one that's going to be stuck with me, especially because this is the album for the season. This is the summer album, right? Summer album for sure. This is the album you're going to hear at all parties, all the functions, brunch, this, that, and the third. This is gonna be the one that kind of like gets him. And that's another thing I love about it because it sounds like Drake finally let everything out in terms of the emotions he's going through, and now he's turning over a new leaf. He's almost like walking away from that, and this is what he's decided to give us. If he had just dropped this album, and maybe just dropped the Make Them Remember, Make Them Pay, Make Them Cry series as like a care package, I think he would have gotten a lot more love from the general public. I know this album is like polarizing and stuff, but like I would have respected it a lot more if this was the main album he dropped. That's how much I enjoy this album. Wow.
Yeah, I'm aligned with you on that. For when the album cover, like I thought the same thing. I thought this was gonna be his like deepest. Like, it's gonna be like his like tribute to his mom, essentially. We talked about on Too Much and a few other of my favorite Drake cuts. And then like I saw the song called Whole Phase. And it's like just a picture of his mom there, and I'm like, yo, what am I?
Mom's whole face?
I'm like, yo, what's going on here? But I hear like, left cheek, right cheek,
new cha-cha slide, baby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Up now, y'all.
So like to this, I'm probably gonna always, unless he talks about an interview, like always wonder for the rest of my life why this album is called Maid of Honor and has his mom on it. Like what in this album's like, oh yeah, my mom.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what that was about, but
if anything, I would have thought this would have been called Habibti.
Yeah, this makes more sense to be called Habibti. Yeah,
I looked it up because I know what it means. Yeah. Obviously, it means like my
beloved.
My beloved. Yeah, exactly. And talking about his parents, that would have made sense. But yeah, I don't know.
It's funny because, and maybe this is just a raw thought, like just came into my head. I don't know if it takes place during a wedding or like maybe in preparation for one, because it does sound like, okay, like when you're about to get married, you're probably reminiscing about all the stuff you did back then. So that's why it enters the whole phase. Then Princess sounds like almost like a ballad, like the party's over. Like, I don't know if it makes any sense, but like it sounds like the last guitar or like the last instrument, the party is like destroyed and like everything like that. Like it's closing time, because the rest of the album does sound like it could be like songs that you would probably like having your rotation for a reception or something like that. Now, I don't know. Maybe that's just me thinking too deep into it, but I like to do that sometimes. But that's the way I take it as. It's like preparation. It's like a perspective of somebody getting married, and then like the wedding happens, and then like the reception happens, and then the party's over. You're drunk and hungover, and that's it.
I mean, interesting take. Very interesting take. But yeah, man. I mean, maybe you're right when he talks about an interview or something like that. If he ever does an interview,
he's not gonna do it. He never describes.
Maybe
what
when
the
he talks about, maybe he talks to Baby Antonov next time, we'll talk about it.
He never did.
But
he on a stream now.
Yeah.
On Aiden Ross's.
On Aiden Ross's next stream, he'll talk about it. But
sadly,
but yeah, I mean, a lot of people told me, and I saw reels of this of the album just being trashed, and like I heard the Sexy Red song, the Cha Cha Slide song on reels, and everybody was telling me like it was like the worst album Drake's ever made. And like, so I had low expectations going into it. And like, I can understand why some people don't like it. Me, I love dance music. I'm a big dance music fan. I've been a really big proponent of rappers like kind of bleeding into like the dance music scene, which has been happening over the past few years. Like, like Tyler Creator made a dance album, Kendrick made a dance album, Drake's making a dance album. Like, what I'm saying? That's like more like focused on movement and everything. I like that direction that people are going. It's very like unique and creative and like just fun. And I think Drake, like this is really fits Drake's mold. And I think this is what I wanted to see on Honest Nevermind, just executed a lot better. In my opinion, like the songs are a little more catchy. I liked most of the songs. Yeah.
You catching daggers from Paris right now, but
yeah, no, I hate Honest Nevermind.
I'm with you on that.
For the people listening, I hate that album. You guys might like it.
Yeah.
But I do not.
Wildin'.
I'm with on that. I do need to revisit it too, but
Harley, I know Harley will. If he revisited it, he would like it. I know Harley.
It's the fact that I enjoyed this one more.
You need to go back.
This one like the production pop a little bit more.
I know you would like, honestly.
And it like pop a little bit more. I like he went to like a lot of like 80s dance music too a little bit with songs like Goose and the Juice. By the time I was like towards the end, I was like, man, like this is like probably my most positive reception of a Drake album in like 10 years. Like probably since like Her Loss, honestly. I don't know what the last song's about. But like those were kind of my first impressions.
Wait, you don't like the last song? You don't like the last song?
Prince.
No.
Wow. Nah, that shit is fire.
Paris.
That shit is that's like Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon vibes.
Yes, it's
like that's Kid Cudi.
It's like Kid Cudi's worst album on
I like that song.
You see, you get it. He gets it. He gets it. Thank you.
All right, but now that we talked about Princess, hopefully for the last time, let's get into everybody's standout tracks. Like, what was everybody's standout tracks? Like songs that you kind of like focused on, like captured your ear. Like,
Princess.
Let me, what you call it? I'll go first to get mine out the way because I probably haven't listened to it as much as y'all have. But the standout tracks for me, off rip, Whole Phase was cool. I'm not gonna lie. Which one was Central C? I know that was like already out.
Yeah,
but I do like that song. I thought it was. You're
the only person I know who likes that song.
Yeah,
like, I appreciate. No, besides me, because I actually like it surprisingly.
Oh, word. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
very.
I will say it grew on me with the context of the album.
They got
context of the album.
Their chemistry, their energy, when they work together.
Yeah,
I
like
agree.
it's a panned song online, but like I mean I get why people might not like it, especially because of Central C. But like in the patois and stuff, but like I don't. For some reason, it works for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm actually very surprised to hear you like that song.
Me too.
I'm actually very surprised.
Makes the patois like
Yeah, it kind of makes it work
Yeah.
a little bit. Like that's not a song I would normally like. I don't know why I like it. Like
I like how it transitions from Cheetah Print. Like, I
Right.
Like, that's fire.
Yeah.
into it. So I like that joint, and then the what's it called with Popcorn, Amazing Shape. I thought that was like, like Drake always has that one standout dance track that like like the Controller or the Work or whatever. For me it was that one, Amazing Shape with Popcorn, and I thought that Popcorn. Sorry, Noel. That might be. As of right now, that's probably my favorite song on the project. I'm trying my best to remember some of the other ones, but I can't right now, so I'm going to let y'all do your thing because I need to listen to it again. Cheetah Print was, I'm not going to lie, Cheetah Print was crazy to me. Like, it did not hit for me at all. I was just like, what is this?
Oh, I thought it was crazy and a positive.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where you're going with that. Like I was like,
Like,
you want to dance to it? Like,
yeah, no. I was like, that's a song that's probably gonna go wild in like strip clubs or something. But like,
I don't think
other
so.
than that, I'm like, why did you do this?
The one thing I liked about that song was it felt like he was the fan effect, like where you're speaking into the Fed, it's like slap that ass.
Oh, that's like the Africa. That's like the Planet Rock,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
80s,
Yeah.
like New
It
York.
just reminds me of like just speaking into a fan and pretend like you're a robot.
Yeah, I love that. That's one of my favorite parts of that song.
is that one of your standout tracks?
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought okay. Yeah.
That's my standout part of that song.
That's fair. That's fair.
For me, what was it? This is the album where I had the most like songs, like most out of the three. So for me, it was Road Trips. I love
Yeah.
Road Trips. Road Trips is fire. Outside Tweaking. Again, Stunna Sandy is another one that he's putting on, and allegedly she's the cover of Habibti. Like she's the person on it. I don't know how true.
I know they was like. I remember when it came out, they were saying it was Alexa Demi. I was like, I know my Alexa Demi. That ain't no Alexa Demi, man.
And she's from New York, which is cool. So like,
Because she literally sounds like Ice Spice.
yeah, she's like New York, like drill
Yeah.
like rapper.
Why you gotta knock off Ice Space? Bro?
Anyways, which one?
That's so crazy. Go
Which
ahead.
one actually was a standout for me in this one? And then Goose and the Juice and Princess. I know Matt didn't like it, but I thought it was a cool outro, and I like how it sounded.
I'm glad you feel that.
That's real. That's real, Harley.
What about you, Paris?
All right. I have a lot. Like this is probably one of my favorite Drake albums in mad long. Since honestly, never mind, honestly, but Whole Phase, the intro, it goes crazy. Like I said, the sample is good. Road Trips. Outside Tweaking, I love. We already said that. Cheetah Print, I do enjoy a lot. I think that is such a fun, unserious song that I actually believe is going to go crazy in the clubs, all in bars and like everywhere. I think it's going to be a good one.
Especially with summer coming.
Yeah. Especially that they're going to throw that cha cha slide part right in the middle of all that. and I love the transition.
See it already. They're gonna
Yeah,
play Cha-Cha
I can
Slide.
see like shout out to my boys in my bag. Like I see Andres like putting that on, Mike putting that on. Like I already know they're gonna put that on during like in my bag or like the summertime things that they do, like when they're gonna DJ and stuff. Add in all of them, like they're gonna play that. Like they have to, and it's gonna go crazy. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And I love the transition from that to which I didn't like that song at all. I did not like it. I don't really like Central C like that. If I'm being honest with you, I don't like this dude, man.
God forbid a girl want to have fun.
But now I'm like, with the context of this album, I'm like, oh, maybe this song wasn't that bad. Actually, it is one of my favorite songs on the album. Period.
It's a good song.
Like he said, amazing shape with popcorn. Like that's. Now, I will say this. I don't really like the dance hall Drake too much because I feel like it was just corny when you do it. But I feel like he's gotten a lot more like natural with it. It's a lot more better. Like so, I think him like putting these songs on these because I don't think I've heard dancehall Drake in a mad long. So like this was a good return to form for that. So I appreciate that song. Love BBW. True Bestie is fire. Shout out to Iconic Savvy. So like Harley said, put me on to that person. And finally, Goose and the Juice, which sounds like a Weekend song. And you know, I gotta love Princess. I like Drake when he's in his indie rock experimental. Yeah, because he's not fun. That's why.
You love Drake is his indie rock bag. How often does that happen?
Oh, okay. So on So Far Gone, I loved it. Obviously it's been a long time, and I did love On Die Trying, which I think is very indie, like rock inspired in my opinion. So, the only thing I really wish, and this is gonna be the most Paris shit ever, y'all can boo me if you want. There's somebody I wish was on this album. I really wish Fake Mink was on this album.
Oh my god!
Now the reason why,
Waiting this whole time to drop that. Bro.
no, I really do. This literally is an album that he would have sounded great on. I really wish he was on here like that because like he's been co-signing him lately, so I really would have loved Fake Mink to be on there. But it's okay because Fake Mink is dropping on Friday, so it's lit.
Bro, are you Fake Mink?
No, I'm just a big fan of Fake Mink. I show love to people that I love.
My alter ego.
Oh, you with the skullet and everything with the British accent.
Make Fink.
Make Fink is crazy.
Pink Fink.
Pink Fink is crazy.
Fake. Yeah. So my standout tracks. Yeah. Like I honestly, I think when I first heard it, like Whole Face caught me so off guard from what I was expecting to hear that like I didn't get to really appreciate it because I was like, yo, why is this playing? This picture with his mom right here, like it like threw me off. And then once I like heard a few songs, I was like, yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm getting into it now. I've gotten over the fact. I mean, I may never get over the fact, but like I've made peace with it.
Made peace with the artwork.
Yeah, I made peace with the artwork. And then once I heard and then the Sexy Red song was really bad. But then after that, kind of really picked up for me on like my first listen. I was like, okay, I like which one. I like the Popcorn song. And then like I heard BBW and like, yo, that's my favorite song on the whole album. Like I played that so many times. Like I just like I've never heard a Drake song like that. I was like, yo, this is like, yo, why you give me that look, bro? It's because of the title. Listen, man. Hey, man. Anyway, BBW the song is fire. Like I never heard him like get into that like bag before. Like even like I mean, I don't know what he meant by like so much ash should be cremated.
There's a debate about like ash or ash and ash or ash, and I don't know which one it is, and I don't know if it's just a wordplay.
Neither one would make sense
So,
because you got
yeah.
so much ash you should be cremated, and then you got so much ash.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to be creative with the wordplay, but it didn't make sense.
Oh, you trying to say ass and like make it sound like ash.
That is one of the lines. I'm like,
Tomato.
and that's why, bro. Like at this point, Drake lyrically
that's
is
funny.
just not here. Like he's not here.
I mean, listen, man. It don't take away from this. I don't know, like Drake figured that out, but like that was still the song is fire. And then True Bestie is like incredible. It sounds like some like freaking like got violins and shit. It sounds like some fucking like some 90s fucking anime Evangelion shit, bro. Like it's like mad epic for like no reason. I wish it was longer. That's like the only like really like downside for me is that it's such a good song and it's like 2.5 minutes.
Crazy to say after 48 songs.
Yeah, bro. Because my problem is that he got songs.
Yeah.
He got songs like Plot Twist, which are like 5 minutes long, and like Little Birdie, which is like 5 minutes long, and those songs suck. But like you have a great song like True Bestie.
I like Lots.
In the last one, like Rusty Intro was like 48 a minute or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yeah, some songs was like, bro, like build that out. Why the other songs like 6 minutes long, bro? Like True Bestie for a long time would have been fire. And then like I like New Bestie. I like the beat switch on that too. I also like Stuck. Like Stuck has very like 90s like Bobby Brown.
It's like New Jack Swing.
Like New Jack Swing kind of energy on it. Like he does different stuff on the album. I like it a lot. I will say in terms of my standout track, I like a lot of his songs, and this is like only a partial critique, but like I feel like, and this is a problem with just him as a whole over the past few years, but I feel like he like the song sounded really good, but I don't know what it is. He just doesn't make like catchy hooks no more. I'm not sure if that's like a conscious thing or like, but like I don't. There's not like a part of any song where I'm just like, yeah, that's just stuck in my head. Like I just like the songs and the way they sound. But like he used to like with God's Plan and like all of his songs like have like refrains that stay in your ear. That's what he's best at. That's how he got this big. And now it's like either I'm gonna bar you up for 5 minutes on a song with no hook,
I agree with
or
that.
it's like I'm gonna like have like a little something like let's go and like what did I miss or like which one but it's not like a hook where it's like you could sing it. And so that's my only thing is that some of these songs I feel like if he just had like a hook or like a refrain, they could have been like bigger than anything, you know what I'm saying? It's just I feel like it's a vibe when the song is good. I love the songs. I still love the songs, but I just wish he like did the Drake part, which is like make a hook out of it. Like you know, like that's my only real like critique about it.
I keep saying is like there's a lot of things where he comes so close to just being like really fucking good, and then it just ends up being like just good.
Dare I say that? I feel like Drake is in that same like vortex that like Jay-Z was during like Kingdom Come to like Magna Carta, and then like where Kanye was like after Pablo, where I feel like they're just like in this limbo where they're doing small pockets of like good stuff, and then like what they were known for, they're just not doing it correctly anymore. Kind of just like throwing things at the wall and hoping that they stick. Now Drake, granted, has been doing that for a long time now, but like I feel like after this beef, I think it's kind of catapulted him because now he's getting older. So like I think it hits harder that he's in that phase where I think he's just in a midlife crisis of like music, being a musician, or being a popular musician. So like now we're just gonna get these awkward like you're saying, like these awkward songs that could have been much better than they were. And it's a good point about the like there's no more hooks anymore. Like I mean the only hook I really remember from all these albums is like maybe Janice Shut the Fuck Up. That might be.
Yeah, that's not even like a hook.
And that's like a
it's like it's a little small refrain. Yeah.
So like and that's interpolated at that. So like I think he's just in this weird period where I think he has to rediscover himself, man. I mean, it was a traumatizing ass like thing. So I think he's just lost right. Yeah.
Sadly.
It's so weird. Like and not even bring it up again, but it's so weird how like Kendrick went to becoming more catchy with like his music as he got older. Like GNX, like every song went like platinum or gold on the whole album because like they were all just like squabble up. Like Luther, like just every song had like some crazy like catchy stuck in your ear hook like Peekaboo. Let me get some, and then it's like Drake just abandoned that. When I feel like quite honestly, like Drake is better at that than Kendrick is, or pretty much anybody is.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
Drake,
quite frankly,
Drake
like
was the chorus guy.
Yeah, you went to Drake like a care package. Was you gonna go to Drake and Drake's gonna like make the whole hook?
He said, then I hit him with the melodies, rapping something I do on the side. Like that was Drake.
Yeah,
you know?
Every song sounds like Drake featuring Drake. Give them the motherfuckers the hook, the verse, the look, the verse, and even the hook. That's why every song sound like Drake featuring Drake.
Exactly.
Like that. Like he used to do that on anybody.
And for all intents and purposes, I mean, I do like this album, but you can't like overlook the fact that and I don't like to be like ageist, but like some of these songs do sound like they shouldn't be made by a 40-year-old man. Like
that's a fact.
And I do think there's
what do you mean by that?
Like Cheetah Print, bro. I like Cheetah Print, but like some of this stuff, like lyrically, I'm talking about lyrically now, like not even just like the song structure, like the production. Lyrically, a lot of these songs just don't sound like they should come from him.
It's funny
at this age.
I just
like,
picture him like writing that in a notebook, like slap that.
Like
ass.
you have a song called Whole Phase
Slap that big old ass.
at 40 years old. Like that's your intro. Versus like your intro in 2011 was Over My Dead Body, and you're sounding very like
Asian reverse.
Yeah, he's Asian reverse. It is kind of like
like
haunting.
Yeah. And I feel like earlier Drake was phenomenal at intros, and I feel like the quality of his intros has like you could see it like in real time. Like
he can still make a good intro like this. Like he gonna open the album on a good note, but like compared to like before, and that's back when the stream of consciousness like worked so good. Like Over My Dead Body, one of the best Drake songs ever.
That's
and
one
I
of my
just feel like I
favorite
walked into like his world. He's talking to me about like how like alone he feels, how successful he is, and all this other stuff, and he gives you a whole vibe with Take Care. Like that album defined his entire career.
Yeah.
And he had
Like-
different inflections. Like I think I killed everybody in the game last year, and man, fucking I was on though.
Yeah.
I have a girl in my dreams at the strip club. Like those little things.
Yeah.
Like, and I think Matt, he brought up a good point, which I kind of sticks with me as a creator. Is like he would do these takes. Like you talk about Tuscan leather furthest thing. He's like, yo, like maybe that doesn't work. Let me try it in a different
Yeah,
way.
it's all about-
Because like you perfect your craft when you do things multiple times. Where I feel like a lot of these are just like one takes or like
That's
maybe
a good point. Yeah, like just one take through. Like I'm just gonna
it sounds
do it.
like a
I'm
demo
gonna do it. I'm
and
not
like
gonna think about too much. Like
it's like a demo. Like let the producer do a lot of the heavy lifting. When I felt like he was 1-on-1, and that's why I don't feel like 40 is around as much. That is my heart. That is my tinfoil theory. Is that I don't think 40
He brought up 40
is around.
on
He
these
did,
albums.
but remember we said he goes like
40 in every track.
he talks about him and 40 like 40 is actually telling him, hey, you need to like.
I think that was on
mature.
Make Them Cry, where he was just like
40,
yeah, like
40 not listening to what I'm saying no more. Something
Yeah.
Because he's like, you need to grow or something like that.
yeah.
So I think they.
let me see who you are. Was only us two and stuff. Like yeah, that he's not buying it. Like all the stuff he's saying and everything. Like
Yeah. So I think that's my theory is like I think 40 just comes for the end and like he sprinkles like whatever. Whereas I felt like from the ground up, from scratch, they were like locked in. Him, 40, Oliver, like, and especially Oliver, because Oliver is the one that brought in the Weeknd. Oliver is the one that brought in all these guys that he signed. Because Oliver, and he did the OVO radio where he was like curating the
But even
playlist.
without 40, like even with like Boy Wonder on Hotline Bling, but no, it's 1985. Yeah, 1985, Hotline Bling, one of his biggest
Yeah.
songs ever, mad catchy, like one of his catchiest songs.
Like I miss the in-house producers. I think, and I know you said this, but like that's why I didn't fully agree with the fact that he's working with all these new guys is because I think that they can't replicate that sound, and then they try to put them on these like modern beats that I just sometimes you gotta understand like maybe it's just not for you. Like certain production isn't for you. Certain vocal inflection aren't for you. Like when he does the auto tune crooning, like that is just massive because he used to use auto tune, but a lot of it was his voice, and it did sound like palatable. I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but
Palatable.
It's palatable. It did sound like calm.
Do you feel like these beats like don't, because they're different? I'm not gonna lie, they're very different. Like I can't say this is some shit Drake did before. Like BBW and like those other songs
Yeah.
are not songs that like a typical Drake song. Like you might say that like Goose and the Juice might sound like a Weekend song. You would be right, but like a lot of his songs are like at least him trying to tread new ground or like do something a little different. Do you feel like he's like? Do you feel like it's the age, or do you feel like these are just like he doesn't fit this?
I think
Or
I
both?
think I am being a little selfish though because I feel like I like when I'm able to grow up with my favorite artists, like grow with them. Tyler the Creator is an example of that where I feel like I grew up with his music. We both like kind of our tastes kind of like meshed well. Like, and I know it sounds like I'm being parasocial, but like what I mean is like I started listening to him when I was 16, and like he must have been like 19 or something. But like I feel like we grew up like the same like interests and stuff, and like the subject matter. Me turning to an adult, he's doing what he's doing, and it's like relatable or it's inspiring. Whereas with Drake, I feel like I grew up and he kind of regressed down to Gen Z like territory, and it's like that's kind of haunting because like we grew up listening to you guys as our like people that we look up to, you know what I mean? Like, so I think I am being selfish where I'm like song titles like BBW to me, I would expect you to I don't even know what like I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't want to just sound like I'm being ageist or whatever. It's just as a fan, you know what? Fuck it. As it is like, come on, you're 40 years old and you have a track called BBW. You're 40 years old. You have a track called Whole Phase. It's like, bro, like why can't you just grow into who you were? Like you gave us such maturity at 23. Why are you regressing at 40? It's almost like Peter Pan, but like in a weird ass way, bro. You know what I mean? Like Benjamin Button, like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? So like that's my problem with
He
it.
said the outro of Iceman. He said like the nice Drake isn't around anymore or something like. What he said?
And that sounded so sad, man. And that's like
He wasn't nice man. He's Iceman.
Yeah, he said
that's
we'll
such a
probably never
sad-
see him again.
And the way he said it
Never gonna see
too,
him
like,
again.
you know what I mean? But and like I feel like he said that for like 10 years now too. He said that on 30 for 30, like wide-eyed and undereducated at 19. I can't rap like that, all young and naive or whatever. But like it's ironic that you say it's young and naive, but you sounded very like mature. You sounded self-aware. There's no self-awareness anymore. Now the production, I don't have a problem with that because I think anybody could get on these beats and like sound good on them if you have the right creative ear. You could be whatever age or whatever, but like it's just some of the things he says and like some of the flows is like very like contemporary. They just don't mesh well with him, and you could just tell when he's trying too hard. And I just wish he wouldn't do that.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like going into like our, taking all that to account, like our perspectives about like, Drake as like an artist, his artistry, and like in relation to all these like, albums, like now that we're talking about Maid of Honor, what would you say is like your overall rating for it? Is something that you will return to? Like, is it like an upper and lower end of the discography? Like, how do you feel about Maid of Honor?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna come back to this a lot. Like I do think this project has a lot of replay value. To me, if we're doing ratings, you said, 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
like I think I've enjoyed a lot of these songs, and I do want to replay them as we speak. So like everything I said, like all I have to say, it is fun music that if you just don't, obviously it's unserious music a lot of the time, but like the production value is insane to me. So I'm a big production guy, and I was satisfied with that. So to me, 8 out of 10, the songs are fun, they're catchy, and they're just like a vibe. So
yeah, I'll second that. It was enjoyable. It was fun to listen to. I'm looking forward to the road trips ahead, to like the park days, to like the parties and stuff coming up this summer. Going on the rooftop. Whatever we end up doing. It was just fun. It's fun, and I this is one of the out of the three. This is the one I enjoyed the most. So I give it an 8, and like. I could just play this more often, or like I don't feel like I need to be in a certain headspace to hear it. It's just fun and it's enjoyable. So for that, I'll take that for what it's worth.
Word. I'll probably give it like a. I think I'm gonna give this one a 6. 6. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one a 6 off the couple listens that I've had with it. I know this will probably be the album of the summer. But for me, again, the common theme, I just need to give it more listens before I actually give it like a real critique. But I mean, I'm hoping that I like it more as much as y'all, because off first listen, there's a couple joints on there that I probably just skip.
mid, skip.
Exactly. But yeah, I would give it a 6 though.
That's fair enough. Like for me, I'm more aligned with like you guys. Where again, like I went into this, I had low expectations. Like I was pleasantly surprised. I do find myself like, at least in these past 5 days, listening to them a lot. Like who knows? Maybe they'll grow me even more. Maybe y'all be like, y'all don't want to listen to BBWs no more. You know what I'm saying? Like who knows? But like as of right now, I like this pocket that he's in. I feel like this is like a watershed moment. If this is the where he's gonna go, he can like refine this and hone this and like, try out more different things and all this stuff like that. Like I would love to see what he does next. Hopefully not for a little while. It's 3 albums at once. And like I don't ever do this again.
Yeah, take a break.
I'll be
ever
good
do
not
this
having
again.
a Drake album for
a while.
Oh, he's probably gonna drop at the end of the year though.
Yeah, but please don't.
good.
Yeah, please don't.
Decade,
But like,
it's fine.
if this is like, if you're gonna like stick to the dance sound, bro, like I would love to hear Drake do more of that, or like try other genres and spend more time on that. Make that the sole album, because like obviously you can't pour the same amount of effort into 3 albums at once. There's no way. It's impossible. There's gonna be some songs that are gonna be like quick ideas, which I think a lot of the extra 2 albums were. A lot of things are gonna be like just like get it out. 43 songs, but sit down, craft like a Maid of Honor follow-up. I think you could, you might have some gold in your hands. So yeah, I would think this is like on the upper end of his discography over the past 10 years, and I'd probably say it's like an 8 out of 10 for me too. Like yeah, this is my favorite thing he's dropped since like Her Loss. And before Her Loss, that it was If You're Reading This. So like out of the past like 11 years, this is one of the few albums where like I feel like I love this.
So I guess he accomplished what he wanted to, because he said y'all gonna leave here with something with these 3 albums. You're
gotta like
gonna
something,
appreciate something.
Yeah.
So,
Please.
Unfortunately, like I think that was his goal. So it seems to work.
Whatever.
Yeah, but hey, y'all, with that, we have finished the Drake trilogy, the Drake marathon.
The him trilogy.
And check us out next time where we talk about Playing Robots into Heaven by James Blake. So thank you for checking out every last record. And remember, don't consume the music. Let the music consume you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.